What's going on, YouTube? Well, I've been working on the 91 Firebird again, and I've done a couple more things to this car, trying to figure out some issues on it. Research upon research until my head hurts. But I think I'm officially dubbing down to what this hesitation problem is. As a matter of fact, we'll run through a couple things. If y'all remember, last time I was telling y'all that this thing had an exhaust leak, which I had fixed the exhaust leak, put a new exhaust manifold on this side and gasket on this side, replaced the driver's side. As y'all can tell, got a new EGR put on this thing with a brand new gasket, and that has solved a little bit of the rich, toned down a lot of the richness. So I'm not getting that smell like I was. I'm not getting the exhaust smell like I was either. So that has pretty much eliminated that issue. I did do the intake gaskets, plenum gaskets, but then I was sitting there after I got all this done, been noticing, you know, for a while since I've got the car, you know, a lot of hesitation to where on a cold starting up, it would idle kind of rough. And then I'd give it gas and it'd sit there and hesitate. And I'll show you all that here in a second. I ran some seafoam through it. I ain't even had a chance to pull the plugs yet to see what the tops of the pistons look like, because I'm hoping the carbon has completely came off. I doused it probably about 2 times, about less than a half a cup, and then the second time I did a half a cup of seafoam. That's all I need to use in this car. And if y'all read the directions on the seafoam, especially for oil too, because I ain't done the crankcase yet, that 16 ounce can equals up to 16 ounces of, or 16 quarts of oil, give or take. All right, so I wouldn't even use a full can in a motor, in any motor. I would not use a full can. I would just only use about this much to about a half a cup, and you're good to go. But anyway, I was sitting here after I had done the seafoam treatment. Seems like it's been run a little bit better. All right, hesitation's still there. So what I'm talking about with the hesitation, let me get my keys out. So if your car does this, now yours may be different. I mean, the hesitation can be from a whole bunch of other things. I mean, it can be from mass airflow sensor to, you know, maybe plugs, wires, whatever. But I'm getting ready to show you what my issue is. Hear that? It's better than what it was. Now what I done was I took the cap and the rotor off the distributor. The terminals, or the points on the cap, was white and corroded. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna go down here and get a brand new distributor cap put on this thing. It is better than what it was, but it's still got a hesitation to it. Now, once this thing's fully warmed up, oh, it does fine. It's perfect. It is perfect. But once I tromp on it, push the pedal straight to the floor, then it sits there and has to think about whether it's wanting to downshift or not. And then all of a sudden it wants to downshift, and then boom, it wants to go. So it is a lot better than what it was since I cleaned the cap off the on the points and cleaned up the rotor. Now what I'm gonna do, just to show you, as y'all know, there's your distributor. You've got 2 bolts. If y'all can see that right down there, I'm gonna get the camera, there we go. All right, you got a little bolt right there, and then you got a bolt in the back. You take that off and you pull your distributor out. And so I'm thinking that is my issue on the hesitation. I'm gonna go put a new cap on this thing and possibly put a new ignition coil on it, which is right there. I'll replace that guy, and that should solve this issue and hopefully make it run better. So if you're having the same issue that I'm having, I would check that. Now, one thing I did is I did do a fuel pressure test on this car, and it was good. It was great. I mean, it was showing about 46, 47 PSI running, and when I gave it gas, I mean, it's still about the same. Shut it off, it held about around 45, 46 PSI, somewhere in there, give or take. Not bad. I let it sit here for about an hour or so. Nothing changed. PSI was great. I was like, okay, well, I know my fuel pump's good. All right, that's, you know, no big deal. So I go to bleed, press the little bleeder on the pressure tester. Put my gasoline in a can, and I wanted to make sure that my fuel, let's see, not fuel pump, but my fuel filter, I want to make sure my fuel filter is good. So I pressed the bleeder, and gas spurted out like it was just gushing out like a dang water faucet. So I knew that was good. So I knew the fuel is not my issue. My issue is that distributor cap and possibly that ignition coil. And if that fixes the problem, then that's what it was. If it's a lot better than what it is now, or what y'all heard, but it's still maybe hesitating just a smidget, then I do not know. I've checked. I'll use some, I mean, I just grabbed some Rain-X glass cleaner and maybe some soap and water, but I sprayed all my hoses down because I wanted to check for a vacuum leak. I didn't see no vacuum leak. There was no signs of vacuum leaks, and I kept hearing something, and it sounded like a vacuum leak, but I can't spot the vacuum leak, so I don't know. But I put my air down. You know, of course, your intake. You're gonna suck in cold air. So that's probably what I was hearing the whole time. I don't know, but I couldn't spot a vacuum leak. So I've just been narrowing things down little by little, doing some research and trying to figure some issues out. But I think I have found the culprit to my hesitation issue of what it's doing. Now, like I say, I can let it warm fully up and it does fine. I can drive it, it does fine. I can barely press the throttle, it does fine. But if I put it to the floor, it's going to sit there and think about trying to shift. I know there's nothing wrong with the transmission. Transmission fluid's good. I checked it the other day. The oil's good in it. So I'm thinking a lot of it's got to do with spark. You know, so like I say, if y'all are having this type of issue, I would check those components first. If that still don't fix your issue, you will probably need a new cap or something, or ignition coil, or might be a sensor or something, or maybe you do have a vacuum leak causing the problem. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show you that and everything, and I'll be making more videos on this thing too. So see y'all later. God bless. Have a nice day. I'm out of here.